Another Money Monday here on Everyday Iowa, sponsored by Farmers State Bank. With us this morning, sitting for the first time. We've never sat before,
No,
Chad Fesler.
I've never been here before.
How does it feel?
It's good. Yeah, I know. I like the sitting. The sitting's more comfortable.
Oh, there you go. And let's talk a little bit about technology, because that's kind of the theme today. How technology has maybe made the world of finance and wealth management a little easier since this all began when money was first printed and invented years and years ago.
Yeah, I think it's made it a lot easier for people to get their money, so you can digitally transfer money a lot quicker. The investment world's changed a lot. It used to be where a trade had to settle within 3 days. Now the trades settle a little faster depending on what type of investment vehicle it is. You think about your banking. Now you can go online, transfer accounts. And wealth has really changed a lot from a planning standpoint. We've really gotten more robust with our tools, the things we can use to show clients different scenarios, a lot of gifting strategies, tax harvesting where you can buy something and sell something and offset the taxes. There's been a lot of different changes with the estate planning tools. The things that we've invested in lately is to illustrate how your estate plan will play out, how probate looks. It may make sense not to even worry about doing a trust if your probate expenses aren't going to be that high. We can estimate those and have good conversations, and then you can take that to your attorney and have a little bit better conversations. Talk through different types of trusts, if it's going to be an irrevocable trust or if it's going to be a revocable trust, which one works best for the client in that situation. About 20 years ago, you just kind of had a software that you plugged in stuff and
Hope it wouldn't crash the computer.
Yeah.
Plugging all those numbers in.
It just wasn't very good because it wouldn't match up the right holdings and you had to guess, and it wasn't very intuitive, and it wasn't, I would say, accurate. So now we've got things that are more historically accurate. You can see kind of trends. You can build portfolios a little bit more efficient. So if you want income, you know what kind of funds you're buying and which ones you want, and you're not getting the ones you don't, hopefully.
Well, and even from, I would imagine from the day to day, because I remember my grandparents managing the farm would have the 2-line ledger book. Grandma would write down, all right, we spent this on a new tractor or this on. Now it's all instant, real time. When you get it done, you plug it into the computer, and that's got to help you guys at the bank too a lot compared to what it was 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, good point. With the tax worksheets that we offer our clients for their CPAs or for their accounting professionals, that's come a lot farther. We have income statements that we can print off and show them where their income's coming from so they can fine-tune it and tweak it if they need to. Rebalancing is now where you can set it and forget it if it's like an IRA account, so we don't have tax implications as much as a regular account. But one thing that I'm really excited, well, I'm not excited, this is kind of, you know,
it's okay to be excited, Chad. You know, I get excited about weather. You can get excited about finance.
Well, that's a great way to look at it. You know, you think about weather and the technology that's changed with, like, you know, mathematical models showing weather forecasts and patterns. It's kind of similar to this now. You really have a lot more information that you can provide the client and people that come in. And I would recommend, if you had a plan done maybe 5, 10 years ago, it might be a good time to revisit that because the tax laws have changed. We have inflationary numbers a lot different than when you put them in the first time around. There's been a lot of different things going on.
Well, does it make it easier to change things on the fly?
Absolutely.
Too, if you need to make a quick last-minute adjustment?
Absolutely, yeah. Last couple different firms that I've been with, they had an actual department that did it, so you'd have to call the department and then you'd have to have another meeting with the client. This you can pull up on the big screen TV in the conference room and make the changes as you're talking through it. If I want to buy a new car, what's that look like? Where's it come from? If I want to buy that vacation home, you can plug all that in and show the client what it looks like.
Before we talk about learning more about this and setting that meeting with you or a financial advisor, are there any like caveats, like, all right, don't do this or don't get pulled down into this rabbit hole with this technology?
I think you can get, you can get lost in a lot of minutia. I think you can start to look at interest rates and changing them each year and trying to guess what the Fed's going to do. You see things like that. I think if you hold a plan and then you kind of revisit it every couple of years, I think that's a better strategy.
And you already talked about what you're most excited about. What is there anything that you're scared about?
What am I scared?
I got to ask, you know, the opposite end.
Well, kind of a challenge for some folks when they come in, they want to do a lot of things and they have to kind of pick or choose. You can only do so much with your money. So if you want to buy a new vacation home and send your kids to college and take a vacation every year, but you only have a certain amount of money, we really prioritize what you need. So live in those expectations.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, the best way to handle this is to talk to a pro like Chad. So how can people get a hold of you, good sir, to have this meeting and conversation?
Yeah, great question. So myfsbonline.com, the wealth management tab, we just redid it. We've got a new quiz on there that you can take. So that has a sheet that you can contact us on, or the main bank numbers there as well on online.